So these glide bombs are enormously destructive of 500 pounds and above. And when we launch similar weapon systems, as we've seen in Gaza, they find their targets and are devastating. And those are being used against the Ukrainians. They've been used for some time, which is why the fixed fortifications, as much of an irritant as they are not an answer to the Russian operation.
Welcome, viewers, to an in-depth analysis of the Ukraine conflict, where the tides of war meet the dawn of spring. Today, we unravel a week of pivotal changes, where each move on the chessboard reveals deeper strategies shaping the conflict's future. Amidst blossoming trees, the war-torn landscape tells a different story. A startling perspective comes from former U.S. Colonel Douglas Macgregor, who boldly asserts that the war is nearing its end. With the U.S. pouring in a staggering $60 billion, one wonders, is this the lifeline sustaining what remains of the Ukrainian government and military? Or is it a futile attempt to stave off an inevitable conclusion? Join us as we dive into a saga of power, politics, and unanticipated turns in this modern-day chess game of war and diplomacy. In the chess game of modern warfare, each move is a culmination of strategy, technology, and human will. As we observe the unfolding conflict in Ukraine, we're witnessing not just a battle for territory, but a complex dance of military prowess and strategic depth. From the rural heartlands, scarred by the machinery of war, to the bustling nerve centers where commands are issued, the landscape of battle is diverse and multifaceted. Each soldier, a cog in a larger machine, plays a vital role in this orchestrated display of power and precision. The contrast is striking. The peaceful Ukrainian countryside now echoes with the sounds of conflict, an unsettling reminder of the fragility of peace. As we delve deeper into the intricacies of this conflict, it becomes apparent that this is not just a physical confrontation, but also a battle of wits and tactics. The use of advanced communication systems, the deployment of state-of-the-art weaponry, and the execution of meticulously planned operations all underscore the complexity and sophistication of contemporary warfare. The juxtaposition of historical footage with current scenes serves as a poignant reminder of how far we've come in the art of war, yet how similar the underlying themes remain: ambition, resilience, and the human cost of conflict. In the faces of these soldiers, we see more than just combatants. We see the embodiment of determination and the weight of responsibility. Their expressions tell a story of commitment to their cause, the depth of their training, and the seriousness of the task at hand. As we continue to witness this unfolding saga, it becomes increasingly clear that the outcomes of this conflict will resonate far beyond the borders of Ukraine, shaping the future of international relations and the very nature of warfare itself. As we've just seen, the convergence of human determination and advanced military strategies forms the backbone of this conflict. But the story does not end here. In our next segment, we shift our focus to the broader implications of this war, exploring how it is reshaping the geopolitical landscape and the very fabric of international diplomacy. Stay with us as we delve into the global ramifications of a conflict that has become much more than a regional dispute. In this chapter of the conflict, we turn our lens to the tactical targeting of infrastructure by Russian forces, a strategy significantly impairing Ukraine's operational capabilities. The relentless Russian campaign has methodically dismantled nearly half of Ukraine's power grid, resulting in far-reaching consequences. These strategic strikes have plunged vast regions into darkness, severely disrupting daily life and posing grave challenges to the civilian population. Delving into the specifics, the scale of these operations is staggering. Not only have power plants been compromised, but key transformer stations have also been systematically targeted. This precision in targeting has led to a crippling 50% reduction in Ukraine's power capabilities, leaving essential services and millions of civilians in a precarious state. In addition, the repeated hits on these installations have severely hampered repair and recovery efforts, prolonging the crisis. The impact extends beyond immediate power loss. The disruptions in electricity supply have cascaded into other critical sectors, affecting everything from communication networks to emergency services. The aftermath of these strikes is a vivid illustration of how infrastructure warfare can destabilize an entire nation, affecting every facet of life from healthcare to education and security. As we've seen, the physical destruction of infrastructure is a stark reminder of warfare's evolving nature. But what's equally compelling is how these tactics are intertwined with technological advances on the battlefield. In the next segment, we uncover how modern technology is being wielded as a new weapon in this age-old battle of attrition. In an unprecedented shift in warfare tactics, Russia has introduced combat robots into the Ukrainian battlefield. The forefront of this robotic arsenal is the Plamya, a formidable machine capable of unleashing a barrage of 400 grenades per minute. This groundbreaking development heralds a new chapter in warfare technology, significantly altering combat dynamics on the ground. With Plamya's introduction, we are not just witnessing a single instance of innovation but the dawn of a new era in military strategy. Russia's commitment to robotic warfare is further exemplified by the upcoming deployment of the heavier Uran-E, a more advanced robotic combatant. These machines represent more than just technological marvels. They symbolize a paradigm shift in how battles are fought and won. The integration of such advanced robotics into combat operations marks the beginning of a new phase in the Ukraine conflict. It signals a future where human soldiers and robotic units coexist on the battlefield, each bringing unique strengths to the strategic equation. The deployment of these robots is not merely an augmentation of Russia's military capability but a testbed for the effectiveness of robotic warfare in real-world scenarios. As we delve into these technological breakthroughs, it becomes clear that warfare is evolving beyond traditional paradigms. This revolution in military technology leads us to explore another significant aspect of Russia's strategy: the introduction of game-changing weapons in their arsenal. Stay with us as we uncover how these advancements are reshaping the very nature of combat. Russia's military innovation has reached a new zenith with the introduction of the Fab 250-made D-30SN tactical missiles, swiftly adapting tactics observed from Western weaponry. Former U.S. Colonel Douglas Macgregor has shed light on the lethality of weapons like the HIMARS-launched, rocket-propelled small-diameter bombs, which function similarly to tactical missiles. Now, mirroring this, Russia has developed its own version. These formidable weapons, akin in function to the American system, mark a significant escalation in the conflict. With ranges between 80 to 120 kilometers, these missiles pose a looming and multifaceted threat to Ukrainian forces. An important aspect is the cost-effectiveness of these newly adopted weapons. Combining 300mm rockets with Fab 250 bombs, Russia has created a tactical missile that is significantly cheaper and can be produced in large quantities compared to its Western counterparts. This economical efficiency mirrors the deployment of Russian Fab gliding bombs, which have been launched in excess of 100 times daily to devastate Ukrainian defenses. The economic feasibility of producing these missiles in vast numbers makes them a potentially relentless and overwhelming force, poised to become a new and pervasive nightmare for Ukraine. A recent adaptation in Russian armaments is the transformation of the conventional Fab 250 bomb into a cost-effective cruise missile. By attaching a jet engine and fuel compartment, the UMPB variant of the D-30SN missile is born, a ground-launching missile, both affordable and easy to manufacture, posing a new and dreadful challenge on the battlefield for Ukraine. The UMPB, designed to reduce air resistance and extend its strike range to nearly 100 kilometers, offers an enhanced operational capability over its predecessors. Its aerodynamic design and jet propulsion allow for varied trajectories, enabling it to navigate complex terrains and minimize detection and interception by enemy forces. This versatility and stealth make the UMPB a formidable addition to Russia's arsenal, potentially outmatching current Ukrainian air defense measures. Notably, the UMPB and D-30SN missiles' operational characteristics align closely with several advanced Western weapon systems currently employed by Ukrainian forces. This includes the rocket-assisted hammer bombs from France and the ground-launched small-diameter bombs, GLSDB, used with the HIMARS artillery systems. With these advancements, Russia not only enhances its tactical edge but also sets a new standard in artillery warfare. The introduction of these missiles, especially the UMPB, represents a significant shift in the dynamics of the conflict, potentially overwhelming Ukraine's existing defensive strategies and reshaping the course of the war. The advancement of these cutting-edge weapons by Russia raises critical questions about the balance of power in the region. As we transition to our next segment, we will explore the global geopolitical responses to these significant military escalations and their implications for the future of international diplomacy and conflict resolution. As the conflict intensifies, insights from former U.S. Colonel Douglas Macgregor highlight the war's critical phase, with Ukraine facing challenges despite U.S.'s substantial financial support. Finland's foreign minister speaks of possible, albeit not immediate, NATO involvement, adding complexity to the situation. Ukraine expresses concerns about Russia's new southern railways, potentially impacting military logistics and strategies. The global community, particularly NATO, remains watchful, understanding the strategic implications of these developments. In these challenging times, we are dedicated to providing accurate updates. Stay with us for continuous coverage on the international impact of this evolving conflict. Thank you for watching.